A lot of people considering Northeast Florida are really attracted to the schools and the amazing master plan communities that we have here in St. Johns County in Northeast Florida. And so a couple of the most popular master plan communities over the years has been Nocatee, which has been ranked one of the top places to live in the U.S. by multiple publications. Just recently, the best place to raise a family by niche.com in Florida. But the other great option is another master plan community known as Rivertown. And so a lot of my folks want to know, what is the difference between the two? Why would we consider one over the other? And so today I'm going to go ahead and cover that in this video. Let's get into it. So the number one difference between Nocatee and Rivertown is obviously the location. Both are located in Northeast Florida and St. Johns County, but Nocatee is closer to the beach. It's literally on the intercoastal. It's about 5 to 7, 8 miles from the beach, depending where you live in Nocatee. And then Rivertown is in the west, considered St. John's, St. Augustine, St. Johns County in St. Augustine, and that is on the St. Johns River out west. So Nocatee is closer here to Ponte Vedra Beach in Ponte Vedra. It is, I want to say it's a little more beachy, and then the further out west you go, if you watch all my videos, towards the St. Johns River, like Rivertown, it feels a little bit more country. For obvious reasons, near the beach, whatnot, there's certainly a lot more development here in this area, and out west in Rivertown, they're really just getting started, especially when we're talking about commercial. Commercial, that's number two. The number two big difference between Rivertown and Nocatee is that Nocatee is definitely more established commercial-wise. We have 2 grocery stores right now, potentially a third in the pipeline. We have a lot of restaurants and everything in the town center. We have a Hampton Suites hotel, 100-room hotel coming in. You've got your dentist here, your veterinarian, your massage parlor. They're even putting in a brand new steak restaurant with a rooftop bar. So we have Italian, Cotillo's, we have Mexican, Anejo Cucina Mexicana, we have First Watch. So we have all the commercial already in place. And I think Rivertown is just getting started. I mean, they literally just had a Publix grocery store down the road that finally got put in 2-3 years ago, because it is far out west, and like I said, it's not fully developed quite yet. Now, if that's what you're looking for, where it's quiet, chilled out, or more country feel, I mean, commercial will be coming there, but it probably won't be as concentrated and as busy as Nocatee is now. So that is one benefit of being out in Rivertown. If you want quiet and you don't want all this concentration, influx of population and traffic, whatnot. But I will say Nocatee has done a tremendous job. One of the things that make it one of a very special community is the EV golf cart road system, from the schools to the commercial. I mean, you can literally pull up to a restaurant in your golf cart, or you can go through the drive-through at Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks in your golf cart and grab a coffee. I'm not sure you're going to be able to do that in Rivertown, maybe down the road in the future. So that leads me to number 3. What makes the big difference between Nocatee and Rivertown now, as I'm making this video, is the intricate golf cart road system. It's pretty cool, right? So number 3, we're talking about the golf cart road system. Now in Rivertown, they certainly use golf carts. It's a master plan community. It's a great mode of transportation. And in Nocatee, we also use golf carts as well. I will say that the Nocatee golf cart roadway is a pretty intense road system. which again connects all the commercial, also for school drop-offs, and then every neighborhood within this master plan community, 50 neighborhoods, is connected with the golf cart road system. So you ride your golf cart from neighborhood to neighborhood or to the commercial areas of town or whatnot. They're all interconnected. Some of them, like this, what they call the Nocatee Greenway, it connects Coastal Oaks, Willow Cove, and soon it will even be connected all the way to the new Seabrook collection down on the southern end of Nocatee. So a very comprehensive road system. I would say that Rivertown also has a good golf cart road system, but when you're not in your neighborhood, in both case scenarios, you're not literally riding on a golf cart road. You're literally riding on the regular roads within the neighborhood. So in both cases, they both have great transportations for EVs. I definitely say Nocatee is a little more comprehensive at this point. At this point, you also can't really drop your kids off at school in Rivertown on a golf cart like you can in Nocatee. That may change because they're building a new K-8 school in Rivertown, which leads me to number 4, schools. Schools. So right now I'm in front of Pine Island Academy. This is one of the latest K-8 schools here in Nocatee. And believe it or not, it's been announced that in 2027, I believe it is, they'll be building a 4th K-8 school in the Seabrook Village area of Nocatee, which is the last phase of Nocatee. In comparison, in Rivertown, right now, they have a elementary school and a middle school, and they are also slated to have a new school in 2027 within the community. So again, Nocatee being a bigger community, we already have established schools here, K-8, and Rivertown will soon have their first brand new K-8 school in 2027. So which leads me to the next big difference between Rivertown and Nocatee is the sheer size and number of homes. All right, we're on number 5, and again, one of the big differences between Rivertown and Nocatee, Nocatee was developed by the Park Group, a plan they had put together as far back as early 2000, and so with that being said, the Park Group has invited a lot of builders over the years to develop in this community, and so there is quite a variety of national builders and local builders, and also each builder is required to have a different design or floor plan, if you will, and then on top of that, not only do they have different floor plans, different builders, but they also require different elevations, meaning frontal designs of the home. So when you're driving through a Nocatee community, a master plan community, at least more as recent dates, the homes don't look quite alike. There's quite such a variety that makes the homes look different. And that's a great thing when you're building tract homes, to show a little variety. There are about 11,000 homes or 10,200 homes developed as of right now. I think they're going to go to about 11,500, maybe 12,000, who knows at this point, but we're coming to the end of development. And as a big difference for Rivertown is Rivertown was developed by a builder, Mattamy Homes, a national builder. So they have, I think, around 3,000 plus homes built right now, and they're going to go to about 5,000. And so they still have a little time. They're just about maybe a little bit over 50% of the way through, as Nocatee is almost to the end. But going back to the fact that there's the builder is the developer, all the homes in there are by Mattamy Homes. Now, just as of recently, Toll Brothers has bought some land there, and they're developing on the river, St. Johns River in Rivertown. And there are some other custom builders that have built in the past on the river as well. But the majority of the homes are Mattamy Homes. So you will see a lot of different floor plans, but it may not show as much variety. And again, the sheer size alone, you're talking Nocatee is going to be around 12,000 homes, and Rivertown's only going to be around 5,000 homes. So the neighborhoods, in comparison, the master plan communities are, one is almost half the size of the other. So if you're not looking again for too much saturation or population, it's definitely a little bit more quiet out in Rivertown, a little more peaceful, a little more country, as I said earlier on. Which leads me to the last point of differences between the two communities, which is impressive about Rivertown, is that even though they are almost half the size, the amenities in Rivertown is what I'm going to get into next. All right, let's talk amenities. Both of these master plan communities have amazing amenities, and I really think it's up to you to really come check out both options. Sometimes, believe it or not, I think that Rivertown has amazing amenities, even compared to Nocatee. I would even go as far as to say as I think the gym in Rivertown is nicer than the gym that they offer in Nocatee. Then of course you have River House, which is on the St. Johns River. The pool and the backdrop's amazing on the St. Johns River. So there are some incredible amenities in Rivertown and certain amenities that Nocatee doesn't have. Now, of course, Nocatee has some water park features that certainly can't be rivaled. But I mean, if your children at a certain age, believe it or not, the water parks are good for so long. And so those amenities are really impressive in both options, but I really like the amenities in Rivertown. And I will say, Rivertown is actually still building more amenities. They're building the River Lodge, which is going to have their own lazy river, like here in Nocatee. And I believe they're going to have some pickleball courts. And so that's going to be really exciting to see that third amenity they have, because they do offer a lot of amenities, and that's supposed to be coming in the summer of 2024, I believe, the end of next summer, next year, and we're in 2023 wrapping up this year here. So I'm actually really excited about the new amenities that are coming in Rivertown and how that's going to compare to Nocatee, because nothing compares to being on the river, having a pool on the river like River House. So great amenities in Rivertown, great options here in Nocatee as well. But definitely I think I do favor some of the amenities in Rivertown for sure. All right, let's talk about the most important factor. All right, so one of the biggest things that people are going to consider with all the variables and differences between Rivertown and Nocatee is the cost of the home, which is a significant difference, and that hits home because, of course, it affects the pocketbook. So in Nocatee, we're kind of the end of development here, and so land is scarce. It's closer to the beach, so it's the land you're really paying for that makes the price a lot higher. So you can find a big difference in pricing there. And so if you want more house, certainly Rivertown is a better option. And again, Rivertown again is just over 50% developed, so there's still a lot of options out there. And there's always that law. There's two laws. There's location, 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 and then of course there's that law of supply and demand. So for instance, these homes behind me are on 70, 80-foot lots here in Nocatee. Similar home, a home here in Nocatee that's 4,000 square feet on a larger 70 or 80-foot lot, you're going to be paying well over $1 million, probably more like 1.2, 1.3, maybe even 1.4, 5, or 6, depending on the finishes you do. That similar home in Rivertown, 4,000 square foot on a beautiful 70, 80-foot lot would run you about 1.1. So, you know, big differentiator. When I take people out to see the same homes they saw in Nocatee and Rivertown, they're like, why is this one $100,000 less? And again, it's just the supply and demand. There's more supply there. Rivertown definitely has more 70 and 80-foot lots in the pipeline. Nocatee's coming to the end here, so you're not going to have as many options, so you're going to pay a premium for that. So there's a lot of factors to come into play, and it's a tough decision. Do I want more house? But the most important thing I like to tell people is specifically, if you're going for more house and you like Rivertown because it's a chilled out environment, the amenities are incredible, keep in mind, because there's more supply in the pipeline than there is in Nocatee, you want to be, when you purchase there or build there, you want to be there for a long haul. I would say at least over 3 years, maybe 5 to 7, because if you purchase and you have to sell in the next 1 to 3 years, it's going to be really, really hard because you're competing against new home sales. So I would certainly advise people, if you're going to go for the bigger home out in Rivertown at a less price, make sure it's for the long haul, at least 5, 6, 7 years. So I love building relationships with people, and usually that things happen in life and people need to relocate, or you know, life happens and they call me in less than 3 years to sell a house that's in a community that still has a lot of new builds that we're competing against. It's really hard to tell people that, you know, their home really hasn't built up that much equity, and it's always easier to sell a new home than a home that's been lived in even 1, 2, or 3 years. Is Rivertown or Nocatee? And at the end of the day, everybody's different, and both of these master plan communities are an incredible option. So one thing is for sure though, if you're going to visit or you're local and you're considering either community, make sure you use a real estate broker. The developer supports brokerages to market their products, educate people that are coming in to find the right community and the right build for them. And it's quite a process, and it's very overwhelming. So they offer brokers like myself a commission. They call it a co-broke, and it is out of no expense to you at all. And so if you're considering a build process, it's very overwhelming, especially having to pick out a lot, pick out the model, pick out the finishes, and then make sure that the subcontractors are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So don't think because you're not using an agent to advocate on your behalf that you're saving yourself any money, because that's a built-in marketing expense to the builders, and they can't change the price of the home just for you, because that would affect their future comps on future development in the neighborhood. So they have to maintain those comps as they build on, not go backwards but forward. The prices only go up. And so just because you decide you're going to try to save some money by not using an agent, it's not benefiting you at all. It's only best to have an advocate, of somebody that is already dealing with all these sales reps and will take your business and watch out for your best interest as well. So my name is Greg. If you're thinking about moving the area or you're thinking about selling, I'd love to be your resource of choice. My information will be in the description below. You can call me, text me, or email me. And of course, make sure you check out the rest of my videos on Nocatee and Rivertown, and I'll see you there.